in the morning.
So yeah, this is why I've been waiting for longs, guys, just because of this possible retracement back into the range that we're getting right now. Retesting that 5-minute breaker currently. Retested that IFEG. It's a pretty big orb range.
It's a nice bounce from the IFEG.
Yeah, I do like that bounce. I think after seeing that bounce, 1-minute IFEG, 5-minute breaker, if we were to get another close outside of the orb again, we could actually start to have some trust in this one. This move actually starting to pump up for the highs. Oh, look
Looks
at
like it's just gonna go now.
Looks
Leave
like
us behind.
it might leave us behind a little bit. Could maybe try to. It wouldn't be front running at this point because it's all the way above here.
Yeah, you'd be chasing.
Would be chasing up there, but these longs look like they're about ready to go up to take out the highs. Like I don't mind waiting, missing out on the long and waiting for the reversal if we get a reversal from after the sweep. I'd like to get involved in the long. I think that'd be kind of nice. We have a 30-second IFEG right there, 30-second close outside of the orb. Want to just be careful of chasing this move, but it looks like longs are trying to kind of just squeeze this one quick and push her right back up. Especially with that ES close right there. So longs are valid from here. It'd be nice to at least see a little bit of a retracement. I know we might not get that retracement. It's hard to trust trying to chase this when it is technically chopping right now. But that was a nice rejection or a nice bounce from the IFEG and the 5-minute breaker again. What's crazy is that even though this is just like a small little move, this is still like for a stop loss right now for a good RR. It's still pretty big.
Yeah, because from orb high to previous day high is 400 ticks. So
yeah, exactly.
the top would have to be like around 200 ticks, which sounds insane.
Yeah, we could try to keep it like really tight here beneath this 1 minute. If we retest this 1 minute for value gap, this could be valid. We're still not getting a strong close above this down close candle, which is one thing I don't like. And we do have a bearish SMT up there right now too.
Yeah.
I would love to take a long here, but now I'm like, okay, we get this bearish SMT. We haven't closed above the down close candle. As much as longs look like they're about to step in, it's very hard to have that trust in it right now. Okay, so ES at least took out that high. That's a good sign. We're still not getting a strong close on NQ. This one could just come right back down and invert this 1 minute gap. So we're going to have to see a nice bounce to trust a quick long scalp up to previous day high from here. So another bearish close there, getting some selling pressure right now. Still did not close above that down close candle. So I'm still going to just stay out of this for now. Just for a sec. If we can start to get a good bounce, maybe I can get into this, but definitely hard to trust this with how choppy we've been ever since we've gotten a break out of the orb on the 1 minute time frame. We still haven't broken out of the orb on the 5 minute yet. So we only have a 1 minute break of the orb. Look how weak it's getting up here. This is why I'm just trying not to chase in this price action right now. Right now, get involved in an area that's just going to instantly get manipulated like we're seeing here. That's why reading our candles is so important, reading that order flow. Right, because we just did not get a strong close above this down close candle. And then we had an SMT up here, so it just didn't make sense to jump into a long right away. Now with that inversion, we actually might see this one come back down into the orb a little bit. We might see ES come all the way back for midpoint on this move. We are 5 minutes now from our new, our 10 a.m. candles. Look at that. Right back down. Into the IFG, into the breaker. This is why we're staying away from chasing today.
We've done this so often recently. We get so close to previous day high or some sort of liquidity zone where it's a few ticks away and then it just totally reverses or pumps.
Yep. It's happened. Yeah, it's happened a few times. Look at that. Right back towards midpoint here.
That's 50% on NQ.
Quick move, and that happened within 1 minute right there. So, one thing I was looking for there, guys, was that with the 5 minute, we did not get a 5 minute closeout above the orb. That's something very important to keep our eye on always. Does the 5 minute get a close above the orb, or is it just on the 1 minute time frame? Sometimes when we just have a 1 minute close, it's not strong enough. Now look at these sellers stepping in. Strong selling pressure right back to VWAP. We've taken out this internal low. Yeah, this is why we're careful. This is why we're taking it a little bit slower today to start the week.
We have some SMT here now.
At this low, ES didn't sweep. Yeah, you're right. ES did not sweep that low. See if we bounce off midpoint here. So, NQ did not trade into that hourly, so, it's always a chance that NQ wants to trade back into that hourly. Maybe we want to sweep the opening range low. If ES takes out this low, then we'll probably come down for it. With 3 minutes, though, until 10 a.m., it's a good idea for us to wait.
Oh, the flow on the sell side came through, wow.
Yeah, very aggressively. I had noticed that there was more sell orders than there were buy orders in the market, which is another reason why I was just being a little bit cautious about longing. I still thought that there's a strong possibility that we take out those highs before seeing a reversal, but yeah, like you said, recently we've seen a lot of the time we'll get really close to that key liquidity and then we'll just reverse before we take it.
It's just so funny because that 23-minute move, that slow grind up, is totally reversed within 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That move up took, how long did you say? 23 minutes?
23 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. 23 minutes just for 3 minutes for it all to be wiped away.
Yep. 840 ticks.
That's how we know sellers are much stronger right now than buyers, although it was a pretty bullish move. Again, we talked about this earlier, like our overall bias, weekly bias is bearish. Right now, it's a Monday. We could just be range bound, and we wanted to see these highs get taken, but got to be aware that sometimes we're just going to leave that high behind by a few points, a few ticks, and we can instantly reverse. And that's why reading volume as well, just to see, okay, do we have a lot of buyers? Do we have a lot of sellers? This morning, it's been all seller controlled. Even though we got that push back up, it's easy to see a reversal back down when you see a lot of sellers just waiting to take control. High.
We did tap into that hourly civvy on NQ.
Yeah, you're right, we did. That we've wicked out of like 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens if we trade into this hourly busy down here, because we did respect that like 6 times. Again, it could just be a range. It could be a range day. It's a no news Monday. So we could end up just ranging between hourly gaps. But yeah, if you're not careful, we talked about this last week. We don't want to chase moves, at the highs and the lows if it's too weak to continue. If you're chasing the longs up here and it's not strong enough, there's a reason I stayed out of this, guys. It just wasn't strong enough. There's too much chop here. We can't be chasing. We got to be waiting for either the reversal or waiting for a strong move to get a continuation.
Frank, did you get out with TP or was break even hit for you?
So, oh yeah. You got 800, right, TP?
Nice. Oh, you got out at 800. Okay, cool.
I mean, have a great day, bro. I love you, man. So now in Q, at the hourly open, just swept that orb blow. We have a little SMT. We're testing that hourly bullish gap. Again, still no close outside of the orb. We do have some relatively equal lows down here. On the 5-minute time frame.
That's a nice sweep from Orbolo with the SMT.
Yeah, it was a nice sweep. If we hold that SMT, we could see a move out of the hourly back into the range again.
Yeah, but sellers just have so much power.
Yeah, they do. Right below VWAP as well. At a 30-second civvy here. Yeah, we do have London low. Or NQ is swept. Or we swept London low on NQ, not on ES. We have Asia low down there around 360, 29,360 on NQ. So it is a difficult area because we you know, the orb breakout to the downside is going right into a higher time frame bullish for value gap, right into that hourly busy. All right. And that could definitely push us right back up as well. Yeah, we're in a 4-hour IFEG, bullish IFEG as well. So yeah, again, no news Mondays, guys. We almost always assume that we're gonna have more range. So we could end up ranging right back up out of here. So there's a possibility with this SMT at orb low, bounce off the hourly, that we get 30-second inversion and see a move back up towards the midpoint. We'll see though. I mean, sellers are still technically in control of the market. Still have a lot of selling volume. We do have some relative equal lows on NQ, right around 480. ES still does have room to the downside, but it just depends if we hold this SMT or not. Let's see if we get a 30-second inversion. I do like this for possible reversal. Okay, so we got 30-second inversion there. Let's see if we bounce off the 30-second IFEG or just run right through it. Right there. We just came all the way to the bottom. So one thing about an IFEG, if I see us create an IFEG and then we fill the whole IFEG within like 2 seconds, a lot of the time that means I don't want to jump into that trade because we're seeing just too much selling pressure pushing right through. It could just come trade right through that level, just like that. So I just don't have as much trust in that. Just instantly came back down and filled the whole thing. Ran right through it. We don't want to see that happen with an IFEG. We don't want to see the whole IFEG get filled within a few seconds, just like that. Yeah, so again, guys, just staying patient. Staying patient. I know it might be hard to stay patient if maybe you had a tougher week last week. Maybe you went on tilt a little bit. This is a test of your patience. This is where real traders are made. Being patient enough to wait for your A+ setup or not trading. Once you actually can start doing that consistently, you're on a good path. Okay,
I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay, sounds good. There's a 1-minute break of the orb low on NQ. We still have an SMT on ES at orb low. That was finally a 5-minute close outside of the orb, though. That's our first 5-minute close, so that tells me we could see this one start to break lower, which we're already kind of doing. But again, it just makes it difficult with this, the way that we have this SMT hitting an hourly busy. Makes it difficult to be able to, you know, take a breakout type of trade right now. I'd prefer a bearish breakout trade than a bullish one right now, though, just because we see strong selling pressure. We're just going to have to see ES break out of this orb if we want NQ to keep moving lower. Okay, so there's ES finally taking out orb low. So we can at least come for these equal lows on the 5-minute right now. That's a very quick retest of this 1-minute gap on NQ. If we can reject this, you know, I actually wouldn't mind seeing some shorts down to those equal lows. Just for, at least for a little bit of a scalp. I'm actually really liking that rejection on that 1-minute gap. Retest of orb low. 1-minute bearish order block there as well. Let's see if we keep projecting this area. This could be pretty good for a quick little short down. Finally got the 5-minute break of orb low. We're just so close to that liquidity level that makes it a little bit harder to jump into this trade. But again, shorts are looking good here. At least down to relative equal lows on the 5-minute right there at the midpoint of the hourly bullish gap. So if you're in this trade, it actually looks pretty good here. I would either take a TP at this low or go to break even. Just when this 1-minute candle, it's moving 230 ticks, right, within a few seconds. So if you don't get your entry from the top, now your entry could be 200 ticks lower, right next to our TP level, which is not very ideal. Then your stop loss is huge. So the hard part is okay, now you have to take a very aggressive entry off of that retest without really waiting for much of a retest, right? You can't really wait for much of a reaction. You have to get in very aggressively, or else your entry is going to be all the way down here if you wait it out a little bit too long. But I do really like shorts here, at least down to these lows. So right there would be TP or break even if you got into that short. ES is about to take out London low, so this could be now where price might want to bounce back up, but that's a strong close. So I'd say either TP or break even there. However you want to play it if anybody did get into that short. You could try to hold down for Asia low if we see strong selling pressure continue. This one could come all the way down for 360. But now that ES has taken London low and we've hit those equal lows on NQ and the midpoint of the hourly gap, we might start to see a bounce. So, I mean, I'd definitely consider a TP down at this low. Especially if you're on a funded and you're just trying to get your profit goal for the day. That could be your profit goal right there on that move. You just scalp it. I just got to be careful of this one bouncing off the midpoint here. Yeah, so that's what makes it hard about an entry like this. Like I was saying, usually I like to wait for a nice reaction before I get in. The hard part right now is that reaction, by the time I see the reaction, you know, price is already 191 ticks lower, which then makes price only 100 ticks away from TP, which then would make my stop loss, you know, it would be a negative RR on that trade. Right, so you'd have to be very aggressive on that entry, just literally either having a limit order at the fair value gap or getting in right when we tap into it and not really waiting for a reaction. Which when you're bouncing from an hourly busy, not as easy to do that. So now we're going to see if buyers start to step in here. or if this one wants to run down for Asia low. Right now we still see a lot of sellers, but we're bouncing right off the midpoint of the hourly, which we've seen price respect the midpoint of the hourly like 6 different times last night. But Asia low is looking like the next move after seeing this. So we might get continuation here.
Wow, I was gone for 5 minutes. What happened?
Finally broke out. London low taken on ES. This one looks like it might come down for Asia low here. So we just created a 1 minute bearish order block. ES did finally just hit that hourly bullish gap. Took London low, so again, we don't want to chase too far down the move. Just for a reversal to happen. Well, this could be a continuation here.
This is almost the same move we got last week, Monday.
It is very similar, huh?
Yeah. Looking at it here.
Okay, let's see if we test this little 1 minute fair value gap. That's at this order block. No, we're not. We did not test that little 1 minute fair value gap right there. At least not yet. I was gonna say this could be a really good short entry if we bounce from this level, get a continuation move down to Asia low. If we ran through that level, and then we could see this one come back to retest the orb low, but we didn't even test the 1 minute fair value gap there. Left it behind by like 2 ticks. Alright, so Asia low. Which was this was our pre-market bias, was a move down for London Asia low. Again, this is very eerily similar to Monday, where we left behind that high and then reversed super aggressively.
Yeah, I'm looking at Monday as well. We had internal SMT on the hourly, and it, after sweeping that internal liquidity, it just dumped off.
Yep, this is yeah, very, very, very similar. So yeah, Sean, you're right. We could come down for previous day low, previous week low at 160.
I mean, I'm happy with this price action because it could set us up for some shorts later on in the week.
I agree. I like this. I like what's been happening in the market past week and a half, past 2 weeks. Although it might be harder to trade for now with some of the bigger moves and really aggressive volatility. I agree. It could set us up for some really, really good trades.
Don't worry, Steve. You didn't miss anything. We didn't take anything.
So now that Asia low has been taken on both indices, yeah, I think previous day low, previous week low seems like a pretty obvious target. We might see a bounce back up before that happens, though. But this 15-minute candle is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, break of structure on the 15-minute as well.
Yeah, look at that close. Yeah, we did get a break of structure. I'd like to see a bounce just to set up the move down for that low, or else it's just going to run away and there's going to be no entries. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen at least just a reaction off of this for value gap. Just trade into that a little bit just to get that read and take an entry. Just left. Didn't even attempt to test that. Yeah, I'm just picturing it now. There's gonna be so many traders with FOMO, and they're gonna blow accounts today. They're gonna, they've missed the move with quotation marks, because again, you don't miss a move that you're not. If you don't take an entry, the only way you actually miss a move is if you had an A+ setup and you didn't take the trade. If you didn't have an A+ setup, you didn't miss a move. But yeah, every single time one of these kinds of days happens, I get messages, I hear it on social media, people just blowing accounts because they get FOMO, they chase after the move, they get caught in the chop. Just don't let that be you.
Easier said than done, Joe.
It is easier said than done. For sure, it's difficult to stay out of it sometimes. But we know what the result is going to be. It's not going to be a good result. The easiest thing you could do if you feel that FOMO is literally close your computer right now.
Yeah, lock yourself out, walk away.
If you don't do that, more than likely, once we hop off the session, there's going to be a lot of people that just start trading on their own, and then it's not going to be good. Look, we could still have an A+ opportunity here just because there's still liquidity to be taken below us. We have not seen a pullback since this reversal. It's just been literally straight down with, look how steep that move is. That's the elevator, right? Took the escalator up just for the elevator down. Not one pullback. So there's still a possibility that price does want to pump from here, right? Give us a little bit of pullback. We're right at our daily opening price right now. New week opening gap. So we could see this one pump back up. Maybe retest the orb low before seeing a continuation down. Yep, exactly. This is the distribution of the move. Typically with distribution, what do we see? We see a retracement back to the midpoint or the golden zone of a distribution. Yeah, literally, it's like you just took your plane up, all the way up, and then the plane levels out, and then you jump out of the plane, and then you forgot your parachute, and now you're just falling all the way down. You're like, I totally thought that I had that thing on my back.
It could be forming a nice 5-minute Sibi here.
True that. I like this level as a bounce level right now, though.
Yeah.
It's always sketchy to try to, get in a long after this kind of move when you see above us we're forming a 5-minute Sibi, we have a 3-minute Sibi, we have a 2-minute, we have a few 1-minutes. Definitely sketchier to try to take the long.
Do we have SMT at Asia low?
No, ES swept Asia. We have an SMT at this low, just the opening low from Asia session. Actually, no, we didn't take that out on NQ, so no, we don't have SMT there. So we still have this low right there, unswept. But no, ES came down and swept Asia. Omar, what's up, dude? Welcome back, man. Good to have you. Uncle G. Yeah, I like the idea of longs back up to orb low as well. If we get an inversion, order block, this could actually be really clean. Again, it's going to be a little risky. 5-minute Civi, 2-minute Civi here, but I do actually really like the idea of longs back up for just a quick V-shape recovery since we haven't seen any kind of retracement back up on this move so far. Just might be a little bit risky with a few of these fair value gaps above us.
50% of the range lines up with Orblo.
I like that.
Lines up perfectly, actually.
Okay, we're getting a lot of stalling here. We did invert the 1-minute gap. This one is still trying to, it's kind of getting pushed down here. It's a good strong close. Didn't have this 5-minute gap and 3-minute and 2-minute and 1-minute have a lot more conviction, but yeah, we could see this at least come back for an orb retest on ES at a minimum. Yeah, it perfectly lines up with orb below. That's crazy.
Yeah, to the exact tick. Guys, if you have FOMO right now, just open your phone and go and play some Monopoly Go.
Yeah. Look at this. This is what's sketchy about longing right now, guys. Basically, exactly what Frank just said. It could take 30 minutes for a move back up just for it to get wiped out, just like this, right? It just took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes for this move up, and it could get wiped out right now within 1 or 2 minutes. See if it does. That was actually a nice bounce from that 1-minute busy there. This is usually the 1-minute busy we want to target on a V-shaped recovery reversal. If we respect that IFEG there, this actually could be still a decent long entry. Let's see where we close. If we close back below, we get inversion of this 1-minute, this might be the continuation short back down to the lows again. Okay, so we close below that low. Or we close below the IFEG on the 1-minute. Now we're seeing this 1-minute busy. If we invert this 1-minute busy, 30-second busy, we're now looking for this to be the continuation short back to low of day, possibly down to all the way down to previous day low. So we're really reading this 1-minute. This could be a reversal point, right? When we see a sweep of a low, strong bounce, and then a 1-minute busy created, this can always be our reversal for value gap. But if it gets inverted, we're looking for continuation to the downside. So let's see what happens here. That's a pretty nice bounce. So I actually still like longs here off of that bounce. Yeah, these retracement moves are 400 ticks. And then when you get the bounce, it's like happening within seconds. Again, you have to be very quick with your entries. Otherwise, your entry is 200-300 ticks away from where you want it to be. So if we get this close right here, the longs are actually very valid. Stop loss level, not valid, but you'd have to maybe keep a tighter stop. Right, there's a 2-minute IFVG, 2-minute bullish order block, 1-minute bullish order block. Longs from here are valid now. If we could get a retest, then I would look for an entry. Stop loss below the wick of the 1-minute candle here if we're creating a bullish for value gap. ES is very close to orb low and midpoint of the range, so that would probably be our break-even point or TP level if we can get a long entry here. Get rid of this hourly. We were in an hourly busy, we know that. If it doesn't retest, then it's just not possible. Okay, so now there's the 1-minute fair value gap, 1-minute order block, 2-minute order block. This can come back and retest this. This could be a really, really good long entry. 3-minute order block, 3-minute inversion there as well. We have to see a nice retest and a nice bounce. This one doesn't retest. Be pretty crazy. Oh man, this one looks like it's just gonna run now and not even give us a retest.
Be a good rejection zone at orb low though. If ES could tap the 50% on your range,
True.
then retake low. Could be a
Yeah.
good rejection.
You're right. Could be a good short level up there. I'm creating a 15-minute Sibi here as well.
Yeah.
Yes, just hit orb low. But yeah, I agree. If shorts could be the move. 0 retest on that right there. So now we're going to just have to wait for shorts. Yeah, these moves are pretty... We're not getting really any retests on these moves today.
No.
We might fill this whole gap. So ES hit midpoint and VWAP. We're about to create a 15-minute Sibi. Midpoint of the range, 5-minute Sibi there, orb low. So yeah, this is now exactly, we're looking for rejection from here. All the way back down towards low of day again. We do want to be careful just because we're in this hourly gap, and that's a pretty crazy hourly wick. Okay, so now we have this 15-minute Sibi. 5-minute Sibi. Midpoint retest happening, about to happen. Orb low retest. Hourly, a little bit sketchy. I think if we were to close above VWAP on this, then this one might run back to midpoint of orb and maybe all the way back towards orb high. Let's see if we reject this or not. There's still a lot of sellers in the market. Room D, good stuff, man. Have a great day. So we're still seeing some pretty strong movement to the upside, but this is where we have to, we need to see a rejection here. Otherwise, we get a 5-minute inversion, close above VWAP. This one's going to head back up towards midpoint of the orb, maybe full-on reversal back to the top. And then we actually run for those equal highs. Oh, well, this one might get a close above. So now I want to get a read on where our midpoint is of the orb.
It's around that Sibby. That big Sibby.
So we closed above VWAP there. We haven't had one down close candle since we created that order block. Obviously, we just opened a new 15-minute candle, so like we can't wait another 13 minutes for an IFEG, right? Unless, I mean, you could, but we'll see if it runs away. We have a few minutes until the 5-minute closes. Again, there's still possibility of rejection, like we're seeing right now. But just seeing that close above VWAP, strong buying pressure tells me that there might be an orb midpoint retest. So yeah, every move today has just been very aggressive. Very little pullback.
It's been hard unless you were front running.
Yep.
FPGs and IFGs.
For sure. Still pumping. Jeez. Yeah, like you said, the only way for entries is either limit order entry off of like a fair value gap or front running an IFEG. So now it looks like ES might actually run for those equal highs after seeing this huge drop.
It's a crazy candle, only 1 hour.
ES just hit midpoint. Yeah, let's look at that hourly. Yeah, it's bullish now. That's insane.
Yeah.
1,300 ticks on the wick.
Yeah, people definitely blew their accounts today in the last hour.
For sure, unless you got a really good entry. There were some entries to take. Just you'd have to be in at a very good level. Yeah, range day. Yeah, ultimately it is a range day. Very big range.
Oh, you're right. That was the 50% on ES.
Yeah, we just bounced right off and rejected the midpoint. But we took London and Asia low. So most of the job is already done. I mean, there's still previous week low, previous day low down there, but we left that behind. So now we might come, there's a possibility we come all the way back up for equal highs on ES or previous day high in Q. Got a 5-minute inversion there. We're in another 5-minute gap. So I'd like to see, since ES is hitting orb midpoint, it'd be nice to see NQ come back down and at least try to kind of test this area to see if we hold it. If we break back out of the orb after that, then we could actually look for a move back down again. If we hold this low point, hold this order block, still get a bounce, now we're looking for longs to continue. So we'll see if this level holds or not. We also want to watch ES at midpoint. Does it push right through midpoint, get a strong close above? If that's the case, then we're going to start looking for longs on NQ. But if ES keeps rejecting midpoint, comes back down, gets strong inversion, NQ's breaking out of the orb low. Now we're looking for this one to at least come down to the midpoint of this new range that we just created. Still looks, it's looking a little bit bullish. I really want to read this level down here. So although it is looking bullish, we could see a move down to 50% of this new 1-minute range. Look at that bounce right there.
Yeah, that's a nice bounce.
If we can see ES push through midpoint, then I'd have a lot more conviction in a long from down here. That was a perfect retest of the IFEG on the 5-minute.
We have internal SMT rejection of the 50%. 10:30 chop hour.
So I was initially thinking possible move back down towards the 50% of this 1-minute range. I'm really just reading the midpoint on ES right now. If ES keeps rejecting midpoint, then we see NQ come down and close below the orb. Now we actually could see this one come down. But yeah, we're in the 10:30 chop hour. I agree. We're starting to see that chop a little bit. Sellers are still technically in control of the market right now.
Cliff NQ retakes all below.
Yeah, if NQ comes back down below here, I'm gonna look for a short.
5 minutes till the 15-minute is closed. Could see if it closes below that SIBI.
True.
Oh, within the SIBI.
That is true. With 3-minute busy overlapping or below, so that could be a good inversion point as well. We're starting to get a little bit choppier.
Starting to look like they're fighting more.
Say that again?
Starting to look like that buyers and sellers are fighting more here.
That's true.
Around the 50%.
I agree. We inverted that 1-minute gap. We have 4 minutes until the 15-minute candle closes. We're right above the 15-minute SIBI. If ES closes above midpoint and we're seeing a bounce on NQ, then longs are valid.
Yeah.
What size we would be trading with today? Depends on the stop loss size, but probably still 3 micros for the 50K accounts. Unless my stop loss is huge. Just keeping it small. Another rejection of that midpoint of orb on ES. It's also a break of structure level on the 1 minute. Keep rejecting it. ES rejecting the IFEG.
Just want to see how that 15-minute closes.
Yeah, me too.
Then again, a lot of times we close either above or below and then go in the complete opposite direction.
Yeah, at this time of the day. It could just be, yeah, it could just be choppier too. Chop, chop, chop. This is when a lot of new or beginner traders start to try to trade, especially if they miss the move. They see it slow down and they're like, "Oh, this is finally my opportunity. Its price slowed down," and then they're just getting absolutely destroyed. There's an internal
Like
bearish.
6 each way.
Yeah, exactly. See a little internal SMT there. Bearish SMT. With that, if we hold a bearish SMT like that, ES keeps rejecting orb midpoint. NQ closes back in this 15-minute gap. We break out an orb below. I'm definitely looking for it to short. That would not surprise me, Frank. Midpoint of the orb, bearish SMT. We got 1 minute till we close on the 15-minute candle. This is now looking bearish.
This is the setup we were looking for.
Yep. Be great to see a 3-minute inversion. Might be asking for a little much, but that could be cool. At the very minimum, we want to see an orb break. This one might not even close inside the 15 minutes, so we'll see soon. It's holding above VWAP right now. And we are going to look at that. That's so we technically
we opened in it, so
yeah, we opened in it. We closed right above, but opened inside of it. That's interesting. So we got both technically.
I mean, we're seeing the order flow come to the sell. You see, I don't like that close. I like the open, but I don't like the close. So
Yeah,
I'm
same.
50-50 now.
Same. The 2 5-minute busies down here as well. Like the 5-minute looks like it's ready to pump all the way back up. But I do like the idea of at least a 50% retracement of this range. Especially with that
Yeah, we
orb.
definitely have a market maker inside the live because what? It couldn't have just closed within the 15
Yeah,
minutes.
right. ES inverted that 1-minute gap. Still in the orb on NQ. I like that NQ close below VWAP. But yeah, I could definitely see this one coming back down to the midpoint of this range. So I'm just waiting to see if we get a close beneath the orb low. Just watch it close. By the time it closes on this 1-minute candle, it's going to be all the way down here.
Of our lives. And it would be nice to see ES reclaim below VWAP and or below. That would be nice.
Yeah, it would be, and that would be around the midpoint of this range too, a little above it. Okay, so we finally got a close below or below. So now we could see these shorts run down to midpoint. Let's see a retest here. Yes, close below VWAP there as well.
Nice rejection. I'm testing it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna test it out too. I'm in shorts as well. I wanna test this. I'm just gonna go 3 micros. Stop probably just above VWAP. Let's see here. Just gonna go stop just a little bit above VWAP. We're just gonna look for a midpoint move down here. Just gonna go stop at 87.50 right now. That was a good strong close. Again, we have a lot of bounce levels here, so we're just looking for this one to come down at least to midpoint of this 1-minute range. There's a lot of bounce levels, so don't, feel free to move your stop. You can trail, you can go to break even quicker. Order flow is very bearish, but we've seen some buyers step in at these levels, so let's just see if sellers can push this one down. We have ES orb midpoint rejection, we have NQ break of orb low, we have the VWAP break on ES and on NQ. So we should see this one try to come down a little bit here.
I'm gonna go B at when ES touches orb low.
Okay, let me know when
If
that
it
happens.
touches orb low.
So we're seeing good sellers. Again, there's just still at any point down here, we're still in some bounce levels, so just got to be aware of that. Look how strong these buyers are pushing back up here. Just too much ease of movement from buyers right now. I don't like how easy it is for buyers to push this one back up. I think, yeah, I mean, my stop is right above VWAP, but look how easy, wow, look at those buyers. Just erase that entire move within 30 seconds. So this will probably grab my stop here. Unless we can really reject VWAP, but this is not looking too good with this bullish candle right now on the 1-minute. But this is what I was saying, like we can see buyers step in at any point down here. Yeah, look at that move. That was yeah, that's the sketchy part about this market. Let's see how many ticks that was. Yeah, that was a 319 tick candle back up, and most of that move was within 30 seconds. Right back into the orb, right back above VWAP within 1 minute. I still like trying that trade though. I mean, it looked really clean. We had all the confluence. We had the midpoint. We're very close to going to break even too. We had the midpoint rejection, break out of the orb low. But look at that manipulation. Sellers, we still have a lot of sellers, but look how easy that was for buyers to just push right back up.
500 ticks and 2 candles.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just go through the confluences. We had internal SMT, 1 minute SMT up here, orb midpoint rejection on ES, in queue breakout of orb low, retest of orb low, strong rejection, break below VWAP, midpoint target. So I mean, there was a lot of confluence there. I'm not mad about that loss. We knew the risk going into it that we could bounce from down here. I'm not mad about the loss, to be honest. As long as you manage your risk.
Yeah, maybe one thing we could have looked at was, no, we were aiming for 50, but then you're already so far down on the move.
Yeah, at that point, it's already too far down.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, yeah, again, like, that's just a 520 tick move within 2 minutes. That doesn't happen too often. Because look at that move down took a lot of time to kind of get that move to finally happen, and then within 2 minutes, all the way back up.
That move took 13 minutes at entire chop range.
Yeah, just to get wiped out within 1 minute. I'm
You gotta love it.
I'm not mad about it, to be honest.
No. I liked that trade.
Yeah, I mean, ES was very close to that orb low. That would have been break even, and at that point, we probably would have had TP anyways. So, no more. I won't touch the fundeds again. The only thing I would trade, if I was going to take another trade today, would be eval.
Yeah.
Frank, take it easy, bro. I mean, maybe a good idea for a break. I don't know. What are you thinking?
I mean, yeah, that 10:30 hour, we start to go sideways. We start to get moves like that where we're getting into a trade and wipes us within a minute. So, could be a good time to take a break.
I think the only thing I'll look for here is just to see what happens at this high.
Yeah. I mean, it is a nice bounce from the 5 minute.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong bounce. With ES breaking above midpoint, this actually could be a decent long opportunity. Because now we could see ES actually run for those equal highs with this bounce. Let's see what happens at this high, though. We're in a 5 minute Sibi. ES is still technically in a breaker, bearish breaker. So that's a close above that high on both NQ and on ES. Don't want to chase it too high on the move. But I do like that ES closed above the midpoint there, and NQ still hanging out a little bit below it. But yeah, this move down right here. 600 ticks right back up. It failed to go to the midpoint of that range. Closed above the midpoint and then bounced. NQ testing the midpoint here. Yeah, again, can't be mad about taking an A+ setup. Whatever happens after that happens. Doesn't matter if it's a loss or a win. I take my trade, and that's it.
Yeah, we knew the risk.
So ES just rejected or NQ just rejected midpoint. We have this very bullish looking order flow. Close above this recent high. This is now kind of a support area with the fair value gap, bullish order block. Let's see if we're going to get a nice bounce from this level. If we bounce from this level, I would still like longs up to the top of the orb range. If we run through this 1 minute busy, then I might walk away.
Yeah, ES did just tap into that SIBI as well.
Yeah. I like that ES closed above midpoint. That's actually a really good close right there on NQ. Just gets a little sketchy when we're seeing 600 tick moves in both directions at midpoint of orb.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a better idea to wait and not take a trade based off of emotions.
I mean, wouldn't this be the premium of this entire, the bigger range, not the smaller range we just made?
Yes, it is the premium.
Yeah. So, I mean, it wouldn't be too smart getting into a long hair, unless you're trying to scalp up to orb high.
Yeah, that would be the only thing. It would be basically ES up to orb high. Still kind of hanging out at the midpoint.
NQ 5 minute closed right below the midpoint as well.
Yeah, we got a kind of a retest of this order block here. Oh, we didn't even. Kind of retesting the very top of it.
I wouldn't mind seeing a 5 minute inversion.
Back up.
5 minute, yeah, 5 minute inversion. Then I'll feel more comfortable getting into longs. But I mean, with being at 50% of the range right now, kind of sketched out.
Yeah, I agree.
Plus, NQ is rejecting off the 50% of the orb as well right now too. So I would need to see 5 minute inversion before I even think about getting into longs.
We're also 2 minutes from 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see where this hourly is going to close. I mean, that wick on the hourly is just insane.
Let me check it out.
We ended up just testing the bottom of this bullish. We keep making higher lows here. And it's just this is an hourly range. It's just sideways. We're gonna need to do anything special for 2.0 if we're already VIP members. No, you do not have to do anything different than what you're already doing. I am offering a discount though for the first month for everybody, even if you are VIP. So if you wanted to re-sign up, we're gonna do 25% off your first month, and that's available to everybody. And I am offering a big lifetime deal as well, probably just for like the first week. But no, you don't have to do anything special. One thing to do though is just kind of posting in the wins channel, the payouts, past evals channel. We're gonna pick our first winners from those channels on Wednesday. And I can now kind of tell you what those winners are going to get. If you are a free member, we're going to pick once a month. A free member is going to get a free month of VIP. If you are a VIP member, we're going to pick once a month and you're going to get a free month of the elite group. So if you are consistently posting in the wins channel, the payouts past evals channel, we're going to be going through those and we're going to be every once a month selecting a winner. So a free member will get a month of VIP and a VIP member will get a month of the elite, which is our new monthly group mentorship that we are starting on Wednesday. Those signups are also opening Wednesday. So that is some incentive to post in there. We're also going to be picking our Trader of the Week on Wednesday, and we're going to do a Trader of the Week every single week, and you're going to get a free week of VIP from that and a special roll. So yeah, we're going to have big discounts for everything starting on Wednesday. We're going to be doing 5 account giveaways also, guys, on Wednesday. So 5 FFF 50K Premier Plus accounts. Remember to be involved in that giveaway. We've been running that the entire month. That is where you, if you use my code TraderJoe with FFF and send me a screenshot of your order, you have an entry. As many accounts as you buy, you get an entry per account. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff coming our way. I'm really excited to launch on Wednesday, guys. Very, very excited. We've been putting in a lot of work for the past few months to get this thing ready for you guys, to make this the best possible experience for everybody that ever comes through Eternal Exchange. Just going to keep getting better and better. And obviously, the number one goal is always trading, right? It's always good live sessions. I know that's what you guys are here for, good live sessions. That's always our number one goal. And we're going to keep that going. Right? You just got to remember, a day like today, okay, you take a loss, right? Cool. Loss limit for the day. Awesome. My risk per day is usually around, on these 50Ks, it's around 300 bucks. I'm down 290. Cool. Perfect. No problem for me, right? Come back tomorrow. As long as I don't keep trading those and then go way past the loss limit, it doesn't matter. I can come back tomorrow, take a trade, and, you know, double my earnings, double what I lost. Right back on track. So don't let one losing day get to you. We've been very consistent. We've had a lot of winning days for the past few months. Let's keep that going. Let's keep that going into July. Let's keep that going for the rest of the week. Don't let one single losing day get the best of you, and then you just give up all of your gains for the past few months. Wow, look at this SMT here.
Yeah.
And Q's now pumping, and ES is now weak.
Yeah, and did you see where the 5-minute closed right at the top of the SIBI as well?
Oh, yeah, it did. Very strong hourly close right there.
Yeah.
But one thing we want to look at just in this range, guys, the hourly has just been ranging. It's really just been ranging pretty much ever since the 24th. Right? We had that huge move up, huge move back down. Ever since then, we've just stayed sideways. We're making higher lows, but every time we come back up into this area, we end up rejecting. So right now, it's just higher time frame range.
Yeah, I'm now looking at the hourly, right? Since the 23rd, 24th, we've been sideways basically on the hourly.
Yeah, it has not gone anywhere. I mean, it's a huge range.
Yeah.
But on the grand scheme
might be
of
a good
things,
sign to like size down overall until we like break out this range either to the upside or the downside.
yeah, for sure, and keep looking to, yeah, definitely short from the top, long from the bottom.
Guys, I'm gonna put a poll into the free and live traders channels. Just want to know who would be available to do London sessions, because Jared and I are going to be doing Asia sessions pretty much every single day on the free lives. But I would also like to know how many people would want London sessions, because I'm going to start doing London sessions, and it would just be nice to know how many people would show up.
Yes, that would be very, very good to know, guys. If you guys trade London session or you're awake during that time, we're gonna take care of you guys too. We're gonna take care of you around the clock. New York, Asia, London. Vote in that poll, please.
The goal is to have at least like 10 people in live.
Yeah, we can announce it too in the trader chat. Just see how many people are available for that. So I need to crack to join you during
Yeah.
London.
Yeah, brother. It's gonna be around 3 a.m. for me too, so save some for me.
AZ for us. London session starts at midnight. Well, Arizona's still on. Is it on California time right now? Or is it an hour ahead? Okay, so it technically opens at 12 a.m. our time, Pacific time.
It won't ever be a long session though. It's gonna be anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour and a half. It's not gonna be as long as our New York sessions. Yeah, we took one trade, Garrett. It was a loss.
We took this short here off the orb break, ES midpoint rejection, SMT, orb break back down. We're trying to just target the 50% of this range. We saw buyers step in like crazy right here. About a 500 tick move in 2 minutes back to the upside. Okay, so seeing how this thing is slowing down a lot. ES is chopping like crazy. I say this is a good time to just take a little bit of a break. I do want to trade the other, an eval at some point today. So if there's another good setup throughout the day, I'm going to look for it and call it out for you guys. If there's not a great setup, then I'll look to trade it during Asia session tonight. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But for now, I think this is a good time to just take a step away. This price is starting to chop a little bit. Don't want to get caught in the chop. Take a little break. Give your brain a break. Give your eyes a break. Come back to the charts in a little bit. And I'll be looking for another A+ setup here. But if nothing presents itself by lunchtime, then it might just be a good time to walk away and just come back for Asia session. Asia's been moving pretty good recently, so we'll do that. All right, guys, sound good?
Sounds good, Joe. I'll see everybody on Asia. Jared and I will be starting up the Asia session. Hope to see everybody there.
Cool. All right, guys, appreciate you for joining up today. Trade smart or don't trade at all right? We will see you guys later. I'll keep you updated on it if I'm looking to take another trade today. All right, guys. God bless. Peace out.
Peace out.